Yeah, run it back just like that. I think you'll be great.
Yeah.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Dino Favara, and we've been on mute for the last 45 seconds. We are here for the Hot Takes podcast, episode 4. We're going to be discussing pineapple on pizza. I'm your host, Dino Favara, a.k.a. That Boy Dino, a.k.a. the Mustache Mighty Man, a.k.a. the Dinosaur, a.k.a. the man, the myth, the Deanster. And I've got with me two incredible guys. We've got William Everett and Ryan Treadwell. So we're going to be talking about pineapple on pizza today. They've been scouring the internet with research. They've been hunting down fiends of just tons of people interested in this topic. And they've come together and formed strong opinions that are just fully ready to be explored. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Ryan, why don't you kick us off?
Wow. Thanks so much, Dean.
Absolutely.
My name is Ryan. I'm 26. If you heard me last week, I had some very hot takes on soup. We can certainly address those in a later time if need be. Currently sitting in beautiful Lake Hartwell. I'm drinking a Creature Comforts Tropicalia. Creature Comforts, the sauce is better. That's their slogan. So for all those, that's who today's sponsor is. And yeah, I have a mustache, and I've gotten compared to looking like Jeffrey Dahmer probably 5 to 6 times in the last 3 years. And is that a bad thing? Probably, but who knows?
Amazing. Ryan, thank you for that beautiful intro. Love that. That's right. If you guys remember, Ryan was on the episode last week of Hot Takes Podcast. We talked about soup, all right? And it was pretty interesting. So we got a new guest today. We've got William Everett. William, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, man?
Hey, Dino, long-time listener, one-time caller, first-time guest. Just excited to be here. First off, sick beanie on Ryan. Everyone noticed, so I think, first thing that popped off the screen. If you're watching, my name's William. Dino and I, obviously lifelong friends. Can't wait for his wedding. I know the Postal Service has been a little delayed, and I know the invite for some reason is taking a while to get to my house because
I got mine.
I know, yeah, that's it's weird. I know mine showed up to Dino's house for my wedding on a timely manner.
I was working your wedding, William.
Okay, well, that's how much I wanted you to be there. I paid you to be there, so I think that's even better representation. But
that's fair.
Just ready to shoot off and chat about some pineapple.
That's amazing. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here, taking time out of your busy schedule. I know, each of you get paid at least $50 an hour at your normal thing. And so this is an honor, guys. This is a $50 at least podcast episode. So, well, 2 of them together, that's $100 right there. So, we're excited to be here. So, like I said, they have been trying to figure out the best possible information to help them talk about pineapple on pizza. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open up the floor to William Everett first to start out. He's going to talk about his opinion on pineapple on pizza. A few things before we begin, though. If you're just joining us, if you're hanging out with us, I want you to comment in the chat. I want you to comment on this video down below what you think. Is pineapple on pizza a good thing, a bad thing? Should it even be allowed, or should it be praised and raised to hallelujah? So we'll figure that out in a minute, but let's get right into it. William, opening statement. You got 3 to 5 minutes. Shoot for it.
Yeah, sure. I can do it in half that time.
Okay, sweet.
I guess last time I checked, we're living in the United States of America.
Amen, brother.
And last time I checked, living in the United States of America, meant I had freedom. It meant I had the freedom, to do and say the things I wanted to. And if I want to have pineapple on my pizza, I think I'm entitled to that right. I think it comes back. That's just a basic human right. If you look up human basic rights, that's one of them. Being able to put whatever I want, wherever not that, but being able to put whatever topping I want on my pizza.
Yeah.
Now, here's something interesting. Ryan, Merriam-Webster, who you may be familiar, wrote a very popular book many people have enjoyed.
I love Miriam.
Merriam defines a topping as something that forms a top, a garnish placed on top of the food for flavor. Now, Ryan, let me ask you.
Wait,
this.
referring to the first
Let me,
definition?
it's my turn, Ryan.
Okay.
Let me ask you.
Okay.
Let me ask you. Also, do not look up topping on Urban Dictionary. It means something totally different. Just be warned on that one.
Got it.
Now, Ryan, let me ask you a question. Does pineapple have flavor?
I think it probably is a burst of flavor.
So would you say that by Merriam's definition, is pineapple a topping?
But it sounds like it, sure.
So it sounds like pineapple should be allowed to go on my pizza. Now let me ask you another question. A recent study showed that Hawaiian pizza is the most popular pizza in the United States.
That sounds correct.
Now, what are the two main ingredients on Hawaiian pizza?
Hawaiian and pizza.
Close.
Okay.
Ham and pineapple.
Ham and pineapple.
Now, for a topping that's not allowed to be on pizza, it sure does sound like it's a key ingredient in a very popular pizza. And I'll leave it at that. I think that's as simple as it needs to be.
Simple. Wow.
Amen. I mean, I'm at a loss for words, William. That's a beautiful opening statement. I mean, a great opinion. Obviously, pineapple is a delicious flavor that can be enjoyed by many people, especially as a topping on pizza. Ryan, what do you have to say as your just intro to this idea, that maybe this framework of pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, Dean, I have a lot of thoughts. I mean, I normally have lots of thoughts about lots of things. And I want to go first off and confirm what William had said, where we live in America. You can do literally whatever you want. And if I close my eyes and I travel back to the great year of 1776, I would have learned well and good that this freedom was fought for. And by golly, am I not going to take advantage of it? So let me just stop and say, can you put pineapple on pizza? Absolutely. And as well, what Miriam said. Miriam has lots of opinions on things, and what Miriam said is true. Pineapple does have a flavor, and it is on top of something else. I could walk outside right now into the woods and find a human toe, and unless that toe is a part of an active crime scene, then I could take that toe, chop it up in little bits, throw it on my pizza, and technically that's a pizza topping, because I don't know for sure, I'm not 100% sure that if a toe has flavor, but I would imagine that there's some. I mean, I know blood's got some iron in it, and iron's got a great flavor depending on who you ask. And so that would classify as a topping. So I don't want to go to the argument of can you. I want to talk about the argument of should you. And if we go back in time once again to 1776, we learned two things. We learned that American freedom is here and it's now, and raise hail and praise Dale is what they say in the South.
No doubt.
No doubt.
But I think what we've also learned is that America, with the exception of earning our freedom, haven't really done a whole lot of really good stuff. Like, we've done some good things, and I know everyone's gonna be destroy me in the chat. Don't throw out stupid examples. I understand America's got some stuff going for them. I'm all for that. What I'm saying is let's float into the culinary arts for a second. And what Americans do best is we steal culinary arts and use it as our own. Let's think of the cheeseburger. That's not from here. Let's think of just the pizza in general. Not from here. So it seems as if we are taking a lazy attempt of, we want to make ourselves stand out as a tried and true country that has our thing. And that thing could be barbecue, but I certainly don't think it's pineapple.
Pineapple on pizza. https://www.twitch.tv Dino Favara.
That's a great point.
You guys ever? I'm sorry. We're just gonna go on a quick rabbit trail. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, sure.
Who the frick decided at Apple HQ to make it to where you can click paste or speak. Or speak? What? Sorry. That is just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Might I interrupt for another rabbit hole?
Absolutely. We already lost a viewer because of that. Oh my god.
No, there it is.
I would like Ryan to elaborate on a scenario where he finds a human toe in
Sure.
the woods that's
No doubt.
not an active crime scene.
No doubt, no doubt. No.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I want you to explain how
Yeah.
there's still a toe remaining and that's not an active crime
I
scene.
do want to talk about that.
The year is October 2006.
Nope, because this is made up. I want you to.
Okay.
I want you to tell me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. May 2013.
Okay.
I'm in the woods.
Mhm.
I'm walking around.
This isn't true.
Some say I was hiking. Others say I was exploring.
You hate hiking.
I
You
was
hate the outdoors.
because I wasn't hiking. I was yearning.
Mm.
Sometimes you got to
You're
go
yearning.
yearning. Sometimes you got to go out and just yearn
Mm.
and just figure out what are the nooks and crannies of what we call Ryan's life. I'm out there and I stumble upon nothing other than a human toe. Now, the question is, where did that human toe come from? I don't know. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a police officer. So how would I know where that human toe came from? All I know is in the here and now, I found a human toe. And now I'm entitled to do one of two things. I can call the police.
You're not entitled to do anything. You
Oh,
have. You
Well,
call
I can
the
do
police.
one of two things. I can
You
call the, I
potentially
can
discovered a dead
I can
body.
call the police and say I found a human toe, or I can do a quick glance, quick 30-second glance, and say doesn't look like there's any other body parts here. Maybe someone just forgot the toe. Can scoop it up, can take it home, and then technically that is my property and do whatever I want with it.
So just so I'm understanding this,
Yeah.
you think that when you find
Yep.
Human remains in the woods,
Sure.
you have a person is left with two choices.
Yeah.
Number one
Right.
is call the police.
Okay.
Number two is to take the remains home
Okay.
and put them on pizza.
No. See, you're taking my
Well-
contact. First off, a lot of times I wouldn't even have to call the police because there may have already been a completed crime scene. Maybe,
right. But,
maybe
but if it's a
foren-
completed crime scene, why did they leave the remains?
well, maybe it was the guy's first day in the job. Maybe the forensic analyst was like, I ran out of plastic bags. I got one toe left.
Then he made a mistake.
Yeah. So he made a
So he's
mistake.
probably coming back for it.
That's fair.
I don't know that. That's like me having to know every thought of every person in the rest of the world.
We actually have some information from the chat here. Harris Wilson, with two
Okay.
eyes.
Welcome.
I hate that guy.
He says, "Will, this is true. I was there."
Thank you. Thank you, Harris.
So
It's not true at all. 2013, I believe you said it was May. I believe Ryan was taking pictures with his brother. It's a cute little. We'll make sure next week we'll have those images
We'll-
up on the chat.
we'll put links to that in the show notes, so it'll be fine.
100%.
Seems outdated.
Yeah.
But so I could technically it's my property, do whatever I want with it. Now
Mhm.
I can take it home, and now if it's my property, I can throw it in the trash.
Sure.
I could hang it up on the wall.
Okay.
I could put it on pizza. All I'm saying is that anything could be a topping if I find it. Now, going back, can you put pineapple on pizza? Sure. And let me just be clear. If someone throws a Hawaiian pizza in front of me, I might eat it. I'm not gonna hate it. I've had Hawaiian pizza. It's enjoyable.
So you're saying it would be good?
I'm saying it would be. I would eat it. I'm saying, but can you? Yes. Should you? No. And you. Just let me scoop.
Sorry,
Pause. Just a
sorry,
quick
Ryan's
pause.
dogs are.
That's okay, guys. We're going to take a quick intermission. Shout out to our sponsor. Our sponsor is CC's. Actually, I'm sorry, friends. That's not true. There's no sponsor today. But if you would like to sponsor a future Hot Takes podcast event, you can find that information by sending me a DM, and we can discuss some more options. Actually, I think my mom asked me. She said, "Can I sponsor an event?" I said, "Mom, I don't think you understand what a sponsorship means." And she's like, "Well, I just want to have the words 'I love you, son' somewhere on the podcast." So we might be doing that later.
Hey, we're back.
Sorry about that. Sometimes when you have kids, you just gotta
Yeah.
throw them in the house.
Sure.
Kids.
So, can you eat pineapple pizza? Absolutely.
Hmm.
Should you? I don't think so, because in reality, there is way better flavor profile and or historical cultural references that you can travel back in time and really experience by something that's simply on the plate in front of you.
Hmm.
In Hawaiian pizza, it doesn't make me experience anything other than understanding understanding very easy. Americans always try to go against the grain, and sometimes that's exciting. But in reality, sometimes you got to stick with tradition. And tradition for me means a nice slab of margarita pizza.
Margarita pizza. I have a question while we're on that topic. I wonder what percentage of Americans misunderstand what a margarita pizza is. Because I think there's a common misconception that a margarita pizza involves the popular, Mexican beverage, the margarita. But what's the difference here?
That's true. Technically, some places you go, it's just a Mexican margarita poured on top of your pizza. We've had that a couple times.
One of our favorite dishes, honestly.
Right. The
two birds, one stone, they say.
Yeah, that's what it's called. The true misconception is people misconstrue cheese pizza for margarita pizza. Really, they could be that. They couldn't be anything. They're not even remotely close together.
Sure.
Margarita pizza, you've got 4 main ingredients. You've got bread, you've got sauce, you've got a little bit of mozzarella cheese, and you've got basil. The cheese is not slathered on top of the entire pizza. It's got a couple of the small rounds of mozzarella placed on there.
Fresh mozz, sure.
Fresh mozz. You place the basil at the end, little splash of color, and it's thin crust. It's delicious, and there it is. Now again, cheese pizza just as fine, but let's not get into the definitions again. If I'm eating margarita pizza, let's just call it margarita. If I'm eating cheese, it's called cheese.
Is margarita pizza plain pizza?
I think plain is like similar to what we talked about earlier today, like no cheese, or like, what was it? Plain left beef? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Where plain is just bread.
Plain pizza?
Plain pizza.
Just
I don't
bread.
like to see that. That's just bread. And then it's just bread.
Well,
in order to have pizza, you have to have multiple ingredients.
So what's plain then?
Plain would be sauce and cheese.
Then
The essential ingredients.
So you're saying all cheese is plain pizza?
Sure.
Are you saying all plain pizza is cheese pizza?
Sure. Well,
those are some strong takes there, William.
If I don't have, if it's just crust, it's just bread. Well, have you ever looked at a loaf of bread and said, "Oh, it's plain pizza"?
Because a loaf of bread doesn't. The pizza toppings don't go on a loaf of bread.
Okay.
It's got its own shape. It's got its
so
own
if you make a
structure.
circular flat bread, it's plain pizza.
I'm not saying it is. I'm also not saying it isn't.
I would say it isn't. It's for sure not.
Well, here's a question to pose. There's a recent study back in November of 2011 where Congress drafted a document saying that the amount of tomato sauce on pizza therefore constitutes it as a vegetable.
Yeah.
Man.
So is pizza a vegetable, guys? And if so, how is this going to affect its relationship with fruit, aka pineapple?
Well, I'll let William answer that first before we get into the nooks and crannies of it all. That makes a perfect point. Where one of the first arguments at the very beginning was that Hawaiian pizza is America's favorite pizza.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't think
we named one of our 50 states after.
Right, that's true. I don't think I have to explain to the group that Americans are idiots. I mean, you go on Facebook right now, and I feel like I got a lot of idiots on my Facebook.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a select few. You're saying freedom is stupid?
I'm not saying freedom's stupid at all.
Well, that's what Americans care about the most.
Well, guys, here's a question.
Political here?
You made it political.
Okay,
You said go on Facebook.
All right.
Why is Hawaiian pizza? Why is Hawaii the only state that has a pizza named after it? Should there be like a Georgian pizza, a Floridian pizza?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Hawaii obviously is our most well-respected state. And
under what grounds?
And obviously any of them. And obviously, have you ever gone on vacation to Georgia?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
I live here, and sometimes I've
you
gone
live
on
here.
vacation.
Yeah, no one picks Georgia for a vacation. Everyone wants to go to Hawaii for vacation.
So
That's
is pizza a vacation only food?
This doesn't have to anything to do with pizza at the moment.
Hawaii?
I was just talking about Hawaii being respected. Okay. Anyway, the reason no other states have pizza is because no other states have come up with good enough pizza. There's only one state who's come up with amazing pizza, and it just so happens to have pineapple on top. I guess maybe I might show some my own ignorance here, but I understood a tomato to be classified as a fruit.
I heard that as well.
Yeah, am I wrong on that? Is that not the classification?
It's a great question.
If that's the case, it affirms my opinion that if even Congress is voting on this, then Congress has to be idiots as well, right? I mean,
Yeah, sure, that's fine. But again, is sauce? Does tomato sauce? Sorry, let me use your. Should tomato sauce be on pizza? Should it? Tomato sauce be on pizza?
Yeah.
Right, and it's a fruit.
Okay.
So fruit.
Let's look this up.
You're putting fruit in a box right
Fruit
now.
is an essential
and fruit
item of
shouldn't even
pizza.
Be remotely close into a box. Yes.
Fruit is an essential ingredient in pizza.
This is interesting.
That another fruit should not be classified as there.
So you're saying that you can just switch out any fruit with another fruit and it should taste the exact same and be classified as such.
I didn't say that pineapple jam, paste, sauce,
chutney.
Yes. Pineapple chutney should not be used in place of tomato sauce. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I'm saying if you're telling me that tomato sauce, a fruit, is one of the 3 essential ingredients of pizza, you're telling me that another fruit shouldn't be allowed on pizza.
If my argument was it shouldn't be on pizza because it's a fruit, then winner, chicken dinner. That's not my argument point. I've been sitting here talking for hours. That's not my argument point. I love pineapple. I'll put it on pizza, eat it. I'm not saying I'm not saying you can't eat it. I'm saying you probably shouldn't. Now, should you eat pizza with tomato sauce? Yes.
You shouldn't eat pizza.
Why?
If you could come at it from a health standpoint and say pizza's not healthy.
We got a Blake Favara on our hands again talking about salt and potassium and all that stuff.
Pizza's not healthy. You should. There's no one that says you should or shouldn't eat any of these foods. Okay. You eat it because of your preference.
I'm not saying should.
Right? You eat it because you want to. And if you want to put pineapple on your pizza, then you can and you should.
So if I want to put a human toe on my pizza, I can and I should.
Yeah, that's your right. That's what you're saying.
Right.
If it's your right to take that toe out of the woods and put it on pizza, then that's your right.
Right. And we're not taking this from a subjective stance. We're taking this from a cultural perspective. Sometimes you don't mess with tradition.
You're taking it from what's tradition?
About pizza?
You're taking someone else's tradition. We already took it and made it our own. That's the American way, is making it our own.
But why would we want it? Why would we, if we even have to, we divvy a little bit from tradition.
We took a burger and replaced the buns with pieces of chicken.
Oh, chicken.
Okay? We replaced it with donuts. You brought up burgers. We took burgers. We made it our own. We took pizza and we put pineapple on it. We made it our own. That's the American way. Take other people's things and ruin it.
So we're in a place where I feel like we may be on the same page here, where if you claiming that adding pineapple to our pizza is ruining it, again, saying that we can't eat it. I'm saying that out of principle, it doesn't make sense. Out of principle, I'm probably not going to eat a burger with donuts as buns unless I hate myself.
Have you?
No, I have not, because I don't hate myself.
Sure.
But out of principle, yeah, you can do it.
Right.
But if we're ruining things, then why would we leverage America's constant desire to ruin good things by just consuming those things?
If you're saying that it's a cultural disservice to add these things, it shouldn't matter. That's what I'm saying. If I think the point is that as an American, it's our right to take whatever thing we're stealing, because that's the argument. We're allowed to take it, steal it, and do whatever we want with it, because that's what we've done with everything else.
We can do it.
Sure,
right.
And we should.
And we should do it.
Because it's our right.
It's so
sure.
Because we've done it, you're now saying that because we should do it, then we should entertain that thread and consume those things for the sake of American freedom.
Sure.
Is Hawaiian pizza, are you claiming Hawaiian pizza is directly tied to the freedom of America?
Absolutely. Unequivocally.
What a great point. And I'd like to just hop in and ask a follow-up question to this, guys. Hawaii, as it's correctly pronounced, Hawaii, became a state in
1806.
1806. God bless America. Now, do we think Hawaiian pizza existed before this? Because if it existed after, does that not mean Hawaiian pizza is actually a truly American slice of pie?
Well, it wouldn't to Ryan, because again, Ryan's argument is that it's Italian, so pizza's only allowed in Italy. That's the
That's
rules.
not my claim. That's
Well,
not my
that's
claim.
what you're making.
You're
You're saying
saying
that we can't do
If
our
you've
own thing
got
with
something that
You're a rule
is
follower.
if you got,
That's it. That's it.
If you got something that's traditional,
Mrs. Smith, we didn't turn our homework in yet. That's you. That's what you do. You're the equivalent of that when it comes to food. I can't put green peppers on this because they don't do it that way in Italy.
No, you're taking words out of my mouth.
You're taking.
I'm saying
you're
if you
taking
got
a classic
something that's traditional,
Mhm.
and then
which is classic margarita,
right? And people are
so pepperoni,
right? And people,
pepperoni shouldn't be on there because it's not classic margarita.
Let me finish. You're
finish.
consistently going to divvy away from that culture in some element. My claim is that Hawaiian means we've gone too far. In the same route as burgers and donuts and chicken fries and anything that makes you want to kill yourself.
Okay.
Everything you're gone way too far in terms of I've divvied away from the beginning state of where it was supposed to be. So pepperoni pizza, all for it. Cheese pizza, all for it. I'm claiming Hawaiian pizza means we've gone too far. I also want to claim
What'd you have for dinner last night?
I feel like Hawaiian pizza means that Hawaiian pizza was not created in Hawaii. I have zero context or information about this.
Well,
it just
you were on
sounds
board
like
with that earlier, and you agreed with it.
It sounds
so
like
late.
a lazy approach that someone was sitting in a boardroom and was like, we just made chicken fries and we just put donuts on burgers. Okay, pineapple, that's sweet. Yeah, they probably have pineapples in Hawaii. It's Hawaiian pizza.
What do you mean they probably have pineapples in Hawaii? It's where the Dole plantation is.
I've never been there. Sorry that because my lack of education in Hawaii.
Have you ever even heard of Dole Whip?
Yeah, I've had it.
What'd you have for dinner last night?
Taco Bell?
Mm-hmm. Specifically what?
Nacho fries?
Are nacho fries a norm?
Yeah, they're fries with cheese sauce.
But they're nacho fries. They have nacho seasoning on it. It's an adaptation of someone else's item. Is that not too far?
It's a minor adaptation.
Adding one topping to a pizza is a minor adaptation.
The entire flavor profile.
You're an idiot. Hawaii is the number one export. Pineapple is the number one export of Hawaii. So that's why it's called Hawaiian
Hawaii
pizza.
is also the number one export of poverty. So we want to jump into that. We can.
They're probably the number one tourism in the United States as well.
That is true.
So we're just gonna hate on Hawaii?
I just feel like
you don't want to go?
I mean, maybe at some point.
And would you eat pineapple while you're there?
I don't know.
You didn't even answer the Congress question. Are you just saying that Congress is stupid? Are
we gonna go back?
Yeah, I do. I want to circle back to that. This sounds like another conversation I had where you're taking, it's just stupid, it's corrupt, it's all done. That's what you're doing right now. Congress is stupid.
I'm saying
real quick, guys, if I can interrupt. There's a couple comments going on in chat right now. I think they're referencing a Michael Jackson song. They're talking about a woman in the window. Unlike the man in the mirror quote, they're talking about a woman in the window, and they want to know the opinion of that woman, if she's there or if she isn't. Of if pineapple
back here.
Yeah, it was 100% K.
Was it Kaylin?
Yeah,
let's bring Kaylin on the show. Let's get our first guest. Can we get a round of applause in the chat for Kaylin? Kaylin Treadwell. Sorry?
I mean, my opinion? Does my opinion matter? Does Ryan's opinion matter?
I think so.
Say hello to the fan. She's for you.
Hey.
Hey, Kaylin. Kaylin, does pineapple go on pizza?
No.
Have you ever had it?
Yes. And it's disgusting.
She had
Was
it though.
that the wrong answer?
No, that was the right
I
answer.
would-
Okay, there's your point right there. She's so easily bought.
Oh no!
She immediately said,
"No,
did I do well?
The right answer?
Did I do it right, Ryan?" That's a joke.
Ryan's like standing there behind the camera. No.
Brittany,
Yeah, absolutely. You should have seen it.
Brittany's here as well, Dino.
Oh, Brittany Kafer. Okay. What up, Brittany? Brittany, do you?
You like?
Yeah, you go for it, Ryan.
I wouldn't choose it, but I like it on pizza.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Did I do well?
Did I do it? That's fair. Well, guys, actually, this is a perfect opportunity to transition into a question that I have for us today. I feel like a lot of pineapple on pizza, I feel like it's such a heated argument. There's so many strong opinions.
Sure.
And I think one of the biggest reasons for this is that it isn't necessarily a logical decision, but it's a emotional response, right?
Sure.
So what do we think is the emotion that is brought up typically on both sides of the argument?
Sure. Do you want to start?
No, you can go for it.
Excitement.
Hmm.
I mean, you think about the great innovators of our time. I mean, they were ridiculed. You know, they were told that. I mean, what the guy who invented penicillin? You know, everyone's like, penicillin's a stupid idea, but you know what? He did it, and he said, "I think penicillin's going to be great." And he was a pioneer. He was excited, and he just took it and ran. And that's what Hawaii is doing with pineapple on pizza. I mean, they're excited. They're paving roads for us. I mean, again, I mean, let's circle back on that. That's what America's about. I mean, going against the norm, right? Throwing the tea in the harbor, throwing the pineapple on the pizza. I mean, we're paving a road. We're saying, you know, this might be uncharted territory, but I'm brave. I'm excited. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to be different.
That's good.
And you know, it just sounds like that you don't like being inclusive. You know,
You think you're coming at me when this was just a broad open question?
Well, no, I mean, I think it should be highlighted
I haven't
that,
said a word. I'm
that
saying
you're a toppingist. So
it was really good input, William. I appreciate
it was
you.
really good. Yeah.
Everything you said.
Uh-huh.
For me, I think the emotion it brings up is cowardly. Is probably my take.
It's a stupid take.
See, I listened to your take. Maybe you should just hear what I have to
Sure.
say.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, yes, is Hawaiian pizza technically innovation? Excuse me. Yeah, I guess that's technically true, but there's no excitement in lazy work. There's no excitement in you being like, oh, I just got to make money. I'm going to throw whatever's around me. Oh, they got pineapple. I'm throwing it on pizza. Please buy it for $6.99. That's lazy work. Laggards, as we call them. People
you're
that think there's an idea.
Someone who says, I just want to make money says I should put pineapple on pizza.
No, I'm saying in this
How would that make them money if it's not good?
This was the emotion that was evoked.
You just said, I'm lazy. I just want to make money.
There was no true
innovation.
Innovation. There was no, let me get in that room and let me just grind it out and process through and see the stars and worship the angels. This was what's around me? I got this. Let's make money. Let's do it fast.
If you're
saying, me, that's lazy work. To me, that's cowardly work. That's all I have to say.
If you're saying pineapple shouldn't be on pizza,
okay,
then that means the individual took an ingredient that shouldn't go on it and they put it on there anyway, and they tried it. That's
that's
I
bravery. I use it as the definition of innovation.
That's bravery.
I'm not saying you can.
There's nothing lazy about it. Lazy is taking ricotta and putting it on top. Oh, there's cheese on it. Let me put a different kind of cheese on it.
So there's a ricotta. Okay. Is there a ricotta excess
what's
in
lazy?
Hawaii?
What's lazy is taking a pepperoni pizza and going, let me put salami on it. You're just taking something that's lazy.
So you're telling me if I go to Hawaii right now, anywhere I look, there's
just ricotta. You just hate Hawaii.
Cheese floating around. I'm going to grab ricotta wherever I can. No, they saw something right in front of them
that they were good at.
If what you claim to be true, if what you're claiming to be true is that there's pineapples everywhere and Hawaii created this pizza, then they just walked outside, grabbed some lazy pineapple, threw it on there. It's cowardly.
Now pineapple itself is lazy. You're saying the pineapple.
No, I'm saying the
lazy.
people that grab the pineapple are lazy. Okay, I'm never going to disrespect the fruit like that.
They took what they had. You know, they made what they could with what they had. You know, SpongeBob once said, I'm going to take Krabby Patties and I'm going to make them pretty. And he just took what he had. You know, he had colors around him and he put them into the Krabby Patties and he made pretty patties. And Mr. Krabs at first, like so many, said this is a stupid idea, and then millions.
So if you want to claim that Hawaiian pizza was a pioneer because they used what they had, that's fine. Claim it. I'll agree with you. There was no real true innovation that went inside of it.
The innovation is taking an ingredient that you say shouldn't go there and they put it there.
Okay, but sorry, lazy innovation then.
I can
lazy. Innovate right now and put some of this Gatorade right in front of me into my beer and think, wow, I innovated because it's right in front of me.
But is anyone going to enjoy it?
Maybe. Who knows? I could give it a try.
The majority is not.
Oh, yeah? The majority of Americans love Hawaiian pizza. So
sure. 100%.
Okay.
Congress loves it.
Apparently they do.
Well, guys, this is a perfect opportunity, I think, to introduce a brain exercise, right?
Mhm.
There's so many different conversations we can be having about this topic.
Mhm.
But everyone always asks, should we put pineapple on pizza? But not many people have asked the opposite. Should we put pizza on pineapple? What do you guys think?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
Like I'm like low key.
Okay.
I'm low key pissed that you even asked. to
should
be
I
honest.
should I put
mean,
pizza on me? I mean, it's not how things work, you know.
Okay. Well, what about I'll one up you guys.
Mhm.
Should we put pine on apple pizza?
like pine essence?
Yeah.
Pine straws?
Yeah,
Pine, just pine and
just
any
pine.
You know? I mean, if it tastes delicious.
Because I mean, we've
Pineapple.
had the apple pizza from Cece's, right? And it's a great pizza.
Yeah.
But could more be added that would take it from here to here?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think CC's is a reputable company?
Yeah, I love Cece's.
Right.
Hmm.
They serve pineapple pizza. Do you think they make bad decisions?
Sure, of course they do. Every company makes bad decisions.
CC's doesn't. CC's never made a bad decision.
There's 4 to 6 people in every CC's you go to at any point in time. No more, no less.
I saw President Obama in one time. I sent you the picture.
You sent me a picture of President Obama. Okay, well,
Eating what?
he was
CC's pizza.
He was one of the 4 people that were in there.
That's fine.
I think you can do whatever
Lucky
you
them.
want.
Why are they still in business?
pine
So
on
what
apple.
is the argument?
I honestly,
Is the argument you're trying to make that CC's is not a
No, it's
sustainable
honestly-
business?
it's honestly-
Because they clearly are.
it's honestly a great question. I'm baffled of how they're still in business.
I would
I'm
agree with
happy-
that. I don't know how they make
I have
money.
no idea how they make money. I'm happy they are. If you, for those listening, have ever gone to try to get cinnamon rolls from CC's Pizza, they're like $4 for 20 of them.
Yeah.
So we've done it multiple times. I'll do it again. So yeah, you can make mistakes as an organization. I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna respect it. Dino, I still love you, even though you asked a ridiculous question about putting pizza on pineapple.
Yeah, that was terrible.
But
Sorry.
you know,
Yeah,
innovate. Pine on apple pizza. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
Well, guys,
So you're fine with pine on apple pizza? But you just said he's allowed to
I
innovate.
said go for it. I'm not saying that the end result's going to be successful. I'm saying give it a try.
But we weren't talking about whether or not pineapple pizza is successful. We were talking about can you, should you? You just said he should do it if he wants to.
yeah, to give it a shot. This is there's a beginning.
If anyone wants to put
sustaining and
pineapple
an
on it,
end
shouldn't
goal.
they? If they want to, shouldn't they?
You can do whatever you want. Should you? No. But you should try something. So if it works out, it works out.
Maybe we're just in the trial run of pineapple on pizza.
There's no way that the trial run is this long.
You don't know what's the standard pizza topping trial run. You don't know,
Pineapple on pizza seems to have been around for like 100 years.
and it'll be here for another 100.
Yeah, you're probably right.
well, guys, as we're kind of winding down things, I've got a few more questions for you.
Mhm.
A big question that I think stands to be asked. This is more of just an opinion based, but if pineapple on I'm just trying to pick y'all's brains a little bit more, just to get a little deeper into what your true thoughts are on this dish. If pineapple on pizza, POP for short, was a Disney Channel movie, which one would it be and why?
Sure, DCOM original.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want me to start this off?
Yeah, go for it. 100%.
Man, I got 2 easy ones right off the rip. I think they both are gonna, prove a point and hammer this home. Number 1, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Now, Eddie, as you know, was a star, an upcoming baseball player.
He's a bit of a prick,
Right.
to be honest. But
Wow. Okay. His father was more of a prick than Eddie
where do you think
was.
you learned it from? You're a product of your environment.
So Eddie, he was an up and coming baseball player, and he just realized he had a passion. He had something that he felt passionate about, and even though it may not have been the thing to do, he went against the grain. He went against the machine, and he became a chef.
He lost though.
Which-
Second place.
Which remind and
No,
yeah, sure,
winner.
maybe there's a lesson there, but I guess if that's the standard we're holding it to, then why don't I introduce you to a little man named Troy Bolton? And you
Is this
see,
example number 2?
and this is movie number
Okay.
2. Troy Bolton, another up and coming star, but this time on the hoop ball court. And
Really hot. Let's use a beautiful man.
no doubt. I mean, Eddie was a good looking too.
Of course.
I mean, he didn't have the curb appeal, but he's a good guy, and I think that goes a long
Well,
way.
here's a question real quick. Are we talking, which High School Musical are we talking about here, William?
Let's just go number 1.
Okay.
And specifically in this movie, by High School Musical 2 and 3, everyone's accepted that Troy wants to, sing songs. And but in number 1, it wasn't only that it was frowned upon, he was actively told not to. They said, don't sing, you're a basketball player, that's cowardly, or you're just an idiot like Congress, or you're lazy, because anyone can sing because you got a voice right there in your throat. You're just being lazy with what you have. But he went against, shall I say, no, he messed with the status quo. And when he challenged the status quo, he found success. He broke free. He was soaring and flying. And there wasn't a goal star that he couldn't reach. He couldn't achieve because he went against the status quo, and he did something that may not have seemed like it was the thing to do, but he did it, and the payoff was immense.
And it took plenty of time to get his head in the game to get there too. Yeah. So absolutely fantastic.
Corbin played double Dutch. After.
All right. Mike Beekman.
R.I.P. Double Dutch. Well, Ryan, William, first off, 2 great examples: High School Musical 1 and Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. 2 great examples of what of pineapple on pizza, pop for short, could be. Ryan, what sort of Disney Channel original movies do you compare pop to?
Absolutely, yeah. I've got an easy answer, and the answer is this: it's Halloween Town 4. Halloween Town 4 is my answer.
No one's seen Halloween Town 4.
Oh, okay. Well, if you haven't, then allow me to enlighten you.
I have. Don't worry, Ryan.
Halloween Town 1, just an institution of a movie. You see a young Marnie, her younger sister, I don't know her name, she's probably dead, and her middle-aged smart brother. They find out, what, our grandma's a witch, what, I can be a witch too. I'm going to go to Halloween Town, explore the land.
The middle brother was Eddie and Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
100% not true. That's a lie.
You think it was all connected?
No, it wasn't, because
all comes together.
It was not in it. So we see a ton of character development from Marnie. Halloween 1. Oh, what? Halloween 2, Calabar's Revenge. What's he going to do? No idea. It's his son. Spoiler. Oh, well, you got to figure it out. They beat him.
You just love a good spoiler.
Marnie gets pregnant. Then we move on.
Is that true?
No, she didn't get pregnant. Well, maybe we don't know for sure. We're not entirely sure, but she might have.
Does she have a child in the 3rd movie?
No, but that even brings some more drama into the mix. Like, what happened between 2 and 3? Go to 3. What? We're in high school. Let's bring some of the Halloween Town kids into the high school. Oh, there's knights here. They're gonna kill them. Oh gosh. Oh, we saved the day as normal. All these things, seeing a beginning to end story of Marnie, of what's gonna happen next. Halloween Town 4. What do? They bring in an entirely new actress to play Marnie. So my example is simple. Is Halloween Pizza took a good thing and ruined it, just like Halloween Town 4 took a great thing that was Halloween Town and ruined it by replacing the characters. Hawaiian Pizza ruined a good thing in pizza and has ruined it by the toppings they decided to add.
So then
Please say something. Please go ahead.
Right. So do you not eat pizza?
No, it's a good thing. That's what I just said.
But pizza was ruined.
It's ruined in that context. You're such a universe. It's the same thing with your freaking high school musical stuff. Like, just because Troy Bolton succeeded doesn't mean that every other success story is going to happen. Sometimes people fail.
Halloween Town was never a success.
Are you?
It's a terrible.
Wow.
This is embarrassing for you. But when's the last you watched Halloween Town 1, 2, 3, and 4?
3 months ago.
Yeah, man, that's what I had a bad feeling. That was the answer. Those movies are not good.
I'm pretty sure each of them made $1 to $2 billion at the box office at the time.
They didn't.
Well,
They made $0 at the box office.
In a way, they did.
They couldn't put them in theaters because no one would pay to see it.
All I'm saying,
High School Musical, the most successful movie franchise of all time.
of all time.
Of all time.
Wow.
Check it.
Okay.
Prove me wrong.
All right. Well,
I believe it. I believe it. So, guys, we're gonna close this. I mean, we've had some great opinions shared. We've had some great points that I think some people back home are already taking notes on. But what I want to do is I want to close with one single question. I think it's important for us as we picture pineapple on pizza as a big idea. How it affects humanity, the United States, and the world is absolutely incredible. So, how do we bring people together? How do we bring both sides into the middle to unite? What can we unite people with on pineapple on pizza? Because just like in politics, just like in religion, just like in anything, there's always going to be those extremes. And the goal is not to stay there, but to meet in the middle, form a congrusive opinion, and just unite. So, Ryan, I think you've got some points. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Let me propose something to you, and you can disagree if you so choose.
Yeah, sure.
We're never going to get to a point where we can convince the world that you should put pineapple on pizza. You're also never going to get to a point where you can convince the world that you shouldn't. There's going to be these conflicting views, and people are going to go each other's throats. How many people have died in the last 100 years debating this topic? Quite a few.
Yeah,
my truth is simple. Next time you order a pizza, split it down the middle. And while I probably don't want pineapple on my pizza, I have no problem in the world with the tip of my pizza touching the tip of yours.
Tip to tip.
Tip to tip. Everyone shares a good time. So you get half Hawaiian, I'll get half, I don't know, a little pep, a little Alfredo chicken. Everyone's gonna have a good time.
That's good,
Yeah,
Ryan.
I mean, yeah, no. You know, I guess when it comes to togetherness, you know, we all have to be better of making sure that, you know, our children don't grow up in a world where we allow, you know, homophobes and xenophobes and racists and toppingists like Ryan to tell people.
Can we just clarify? Are you calling me a toppingness or one of the others?
Toppingists exclusively.
Thank you so much.
You know, there's no room in this country for people who tell other people that they're wrong for doing what they believe they want to, which is what Ryan's done here today, is just told people who want to put pineapple on pizza that they're lazy cowards. You know, and I just, that's not how I feel. If you want to put pepperoni on your pizza, then you know, that's your right. I think that's, you know, something you're well entitled to in this country. You should do it because you want to do it. And that's how I bring everyone together is I respect people's decisions they make. I respect their bodies, unlike Ryan. You know, I respect their bodies and what they put in it. And Ryan does not. So, you know, I guess when it comes to that togetherness, I think we should all come together in unity and live our lives the way we want to.
That's good. William.
Seems I threw out a truce. It didn't work out. You just got to move forward. That's all you can do.
That's so true, Ryan. And guys, I think those are two really great opinions, though. You know, Ryan splitting it down the middle, just go tip to tip with that, and just call it a day. But William also strong argument that, you know, we have to make the world a safer place for people to have their opinions on their topics. So great conversation pieces, guys. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna give 5 minutes. We're gonna give 5 minutes to chat, just to kind of just maybe talk a little bit more. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna open it up for Q&A. I'm gonna end the podcast recording here, but I'm just gonna have on the back end about 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A for the chat. We've got 7 people viewing. Thanks so much for hanging out. But that being said, if you are listening to this in audio format anywhere in the world or watching it on video, this has been Hot Takes episode 4. We talked about podcasts on pizza, pineapple on pizza, and it was a grand old time. That's
Podcast on pizza is your right.
That's so true, dude. That is my right. So
a transcript of this podcast, put it on your pizza if you want.
So true. Well, so that being said, thank you guys so much for listening. Stick around, like, subscribe for more, and we'll see you next week. Peace. All right. So you guys stay. Chat, is there any questions we have for the chat here? I'm just going to scroll back through. We've had some opinions from Harris Wilson, Christian Daniel. Harris,
pass on him.
No, I would like to say Harris had a great point to say, but let's go back to pretty patties. William, you mentioned pretty patties earlier. So the entire point of the episode is that pretty patties had some horrible consequences. They are an abomination, and that man's face is still purple. How do we compare this to pineapple being on pizza?
Unfortunately, when you're a pioneer, sometimes there's consequences.
So
Ryan, could I please talk?
Sure,
could I please get? It felt like the question was addressed to me.
Yeah, that's please.
Ryan's a pioneer in the winter hat, category. He's trying to pave the way with beanies. And unfortunately, some cruel people out there are mean to him about it. Obviously I'm never going to be that person. I'm going to support him.
Podcast.
Can I please talk?
Okay.
I'm going to support him. That's just a consequence of him trying to be a pioneer. I'm not going to tell him he's wrong for it. I'm going to encourage him. And, maybe that batch of pretty patties, had some unfortunate side effects, but we'll get back in the lab and keep being lazy and cowards and trying to come up with a better way to do it.
Amen. William, those are some great points. I personally think it's a beautiful analogy to pineapple on pizza. The pretty patties were so overlooked, but you know what it did? It didn't just sell. It started a movement, right? And so I think pineapple on pizza has the same potential to do for Americans, for humans as a whole.
Hasn't happened yet.
That's fair. I do have a question.
How?
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
No, Ryan just likes interrupting because he's a toppingist.
I was gonna ask. I feel like we haven't had a new normal of pizza toppings. You've always had the pepperoni, the Hawaiian pizza. I feel might be one of the newer ones. The meat lovers, whatever. But when is it time that we just start adding? We need to revolutionize our pizza toppings and create something new. When do you think that'll happen?
Man, the time is now. The time is tomorrow. The time is whenever you're comfortable. I don't think anyone should be forced into something, that they don't want to do. At the point you're comfortable putting pineapple on your pizza, do it. At the point, you guys for the first time order a bacon and pineapple pizza and experience that Hawaiian variation. You'll weep tears. It's going to be a beautiful moment when you finally feel comfortable for that. I don't think there's a time. I don't think there's a point where, you got to say, hey, by age 5, you better be putting unique toppings on your pizza. If you're more comfortable doing it at age 55, that's fine.
That's fair.
I think the heartbeat just has to be there. That's all I'm saying.
And what heartbeat would that be, Ryan?
Let's go back to our conversation a couple of days ago, Dino. Talking a lot about laggards, people that see what other people are doing and copy them for the sake of success. And I think it's easy to try to innovate or be a pioneer if you see what's happening on the other side of the creek, per se. Now, I think the true way to go after that is the heartbeat of, I'm not doing this for anyone else other than myself. I'm doing this for me. And when you innovate that way and you pioneer that way, then, whether the results are good or bad, I respect you for doing that. Whoever created pineapple pizza, I don't agree with it, but I respect the game of trying. So if you want to try new things, go ahead and try them, but try them for you. Don't try them for anyone else.
That's deep, Ryan. That's deep. Man, I love that. Guys, I think personally, I'm gonna reveal some, you might say, biased opinions. I know I'm the host. I shouldn't have my own opinion here, but this is Hot Takes Podcast, for crying out loud. I have a right to my opinion.
Sure.
And honestly, I'm a pineapple on pizza fan. Have you guys ever been to Blaze Pizza?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
of
no
course.
doubt.
Love Blaze it up.
What's your opinion on Blaze Pizza?
Delicious.
Yeah, tasty.
This is true. You know what I get? Can I share with you my go-to pizza order at Blaze Pizza?
I'd love that.
I've seen you do it, so but I'd love for the.
So
love
this
for
is
the
we got a Blaze Pizza collaboration in the mix. You can go to any Blaze Pizza any near you. You can say I want the Dino special, and they'll just give it to you. But what it is it's a build your own pizza, white Alfredo sauce with a little bit of pesto on top. Then we go to the cheese, right? We add some mozzarella. We add Ovalini mozzarella, so the big boy cheese. Then something new I just added, some goat cheese. Throw a little goat cheese on there, get some cream going. Then we go to your meats, right? We get chicken. We get and pepperoni, and that's it. Chicken, pepperoni. That's all we're doing. Then we add some spinach. We add some chopped garlic. We also, if we're feeling crazy, might add some banana peppers. But to top everything off, what do you think goes on this thing?
Pineapple.
That's
Easy.
right. Pineapple. Pineapple over the whole pizza. It's a beautiful combination. And to top it off,
Sure.
you get some salt and oregano sprinkled over the top. And I'm going to be honest, that thing, that's heaven right there. Heaven on bread. That's what I say.
Little sweetness to balance out the savoriness. I mean, that's just good culinary. That just makes sense. I mean,
little help.
I don't,
Little heaven, little hell.
Ryan was obviously fuming as you listed off ingredients that are not normal, on pizza, but I love it. I'm happy for you.
Thanks, man.
Glad you enjoy that.
I appreciate it. You know what I think
just
is
love you, so I respect.
Oh, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that, man. You know what I can't stand about Blaze Pizza? Is I have a hard time when people go in and they say, I'll take a pepperoni pizza.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
it?
Yeah,
That's lazy.
Yeah, that's lazy.
You should go to Little Caesars if you
Speaking
just
of
want a
hungry,
pepperoni.
Sure, hot and ready for $5.
We got hot and ready's for lunch today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Ryan
it's...
had pineapple on his.
I did not.
That's interesting, is one of the first additions to the Little Caesars menu was pineapple on pizza. Should that have anything to say with where it's heading in the meta, the future of pizza?
I guess they're cowards.
Looking at Little Caesars as the culinary institution of America. Wow, if they're doing it, everyone should do it. No, it's Little Caesars. You get a $5 pizza, and gorge yourself, and then have diarrhea inevitably 10 minutes later.
So now you're saying pineapple gives diarrhea.
Did I say that? You're just putting words in my mouth.
Okay, let me ask you. I guess here's a something. If I go to any pizza place,
Yeah,
in these United States of America,
right.
I can order pineapple on pizza,
Correct.
and they're gonna have it.
Correct.
So if it doesn't belong on pizza, then why does every pizza parlor carry it as a ready-to-go ingredient?
Because I'm not looking at individual pizza parlors and saying that is my definition.
How many can you
of
order
culinary
human toes at?
institutions.
How many can you order a human toe on your pizza?
Probably zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Right,
But I'm
because
not
that doesn't belong on pizza.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. But I'm saying I can put it on there. Going back to the beginning, I can. Doesn't mean I should.
Every pizza parlor in America disagrees with you.
Even every pizza parlor has napkins. I can throw my napkins on there.
They don't have napkins as a topping. They have it as a
I
utensil.
bet if you asked, it could be on the secret menu.
If you ask, they put anything on there. It's listed as a topping.
Yeah. And I'm not saying you can. And it's America, so you have the freedom to do it. I'm just saying you probably shouldn't.
Agree to disagree.
It's fine. Go dogs.
Go dogs. Well, I think that's one thing we can all agree on, right? You know, there's so many different things we can disagree on, but the one thing we can come together on is dogs. Go dogs, baby.
Hating hair.
Oh,
Oh, go dogs. Yeah,
Go
go
dogs.
out.
Oh, here's a question from Audacity. And Harrison mentioned this earlier. I think there's a couple other fruits that we've been ignoring. That well, first off, I have to give a quick shout out. Audacity just dropped a follow, which officially put me at 100 followers on Twitch. Can we give a round of applause to our 100th follower? Now, as a
Shout
quick
Audacity.
shout out to Audacity, guys. Hey, just to let y'all know, in the near future, because I hit 100 followers, I'm gonna be hosting an online tournament for Super Smash Bros. In the next month or so. So if you'd like to join in, maybe you guys could commentate the Smash Bros. Tournament. You're pretty lit.
Oh,
I will certainly not play.
Yeah,
I'll be
not
happy to
playing, Not a
commentate.
chance,
Man.
but I'll commentate.
Would love that.
This wouldn't be fair.
That's fair. Well, going back to the original question, and we'll wrap it up after this question here, is there's a few fruits we've been ignoring here that could potentially be a I don't know, a good idea to try out on pizza. Have we considered A, watermelon on pizza, or D, peaches on pizza? That could be our Georgia pizza right there.
Wow.
Georgia pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I mean, watermelon and peach both sound lazy and cowardly, no doubt. However, you know, I'll say this: peach sounds excellent. I think that's a great flavor profile. Definitely think it's something to explore. The issue we're going to run into with watermelon, it's just going to be
It's too watery.
too wet.
Yeah.
It's just
Now I need too much water.
you're just
consistency.
not going to be able to
98%
cook
water,
that. I mean, you're not going to be able to put that on a pizza and cook it. You're going to end up with soggy dough. It's just not realistic Audacity. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just think before you comment sometimes.
yeah, I would recommend maybe a watermelon salad.
Yeah, watermelon salad would be delicious. I mean, you can contribute to a dressing.
Yeah,
Watermelon smoothie is easy. All you got to do is just blend the watermelon. There's so much, liquid.
you could eat like 8 watermelons at once if you blended it into a smoothie.
Yeah, 9 even.
Maybe 9. Yeah.
Have you guys had the watermelon shake from Cookout?
I know you have, Dean.
Can't say that I have.
Yep.
It's
The big
strangely
watermelon.
refreshing.
Mm.
Strangely.
Water, I feel like that shouldn't be strange. Watermelons are refreshing in essence.
Would you say that all of the toppings that Cookout offers in milkshakes belong? Do you think you should?
Yeah.
Do you think every single one of them you should?
Yeah, but if we want to dip our toes
so
into
when-
this conversation,
so-
we're talking
so
about
you think-
pizza.
I mean, I'm
we're
just
not
saying-
talking about ice cream.
You just think watermelon and milkshake are like, oh, duh. But pineapple on pizza is just
no,
like,
it's you're just. I'm a purist.
I'm just
I look at
questioning
things
where your
out of
morals lie.
principle. I look at things out of principle, not looking things out of just do this context makes the most sense, please. I'm looking at it out of principle. So we want to have a conversation about pizza, we'll talk about pizza. We want to talk about ice cream, we'll talk about ice cream.
just surprised you're okay with that as a topping list.
All right. Well, agree to disagree.